Really quick, on number 7, I know we went over this yesterday. Tell me what the answers were again. Look at your paper on number 7. What were the answers? Oh. Okay. All right, so it should have been D, B, F. What's the next one? Looking at your paper, what were these last 3 letters? What were these letters? Thank you. Okay. So on your mastery check, the first question is going to be to draw a scatter plot with a given R value. Okay, that's the first question that they're going to ask you. So they may say, here's an R value of 0. Draw a scatter plot. What that's going to look like is just a bunch of random dots. Okay, there's not going to be any kind of line shaped to it. Does everybody understand? So if you have an R value of 0, it's going to be random dots. Okay, if it has an R value, of, let's say 0.87 or 0.9, then it's going to be closer to a straight line. Whenever this loads, it's going to be closer to a straight line, right? Like you can see that there's a straight line going on there, right? If this is an R value of like 0.9. Yeah. If it had something negative, let's say it had negative 0.5. Okay. That means it's going to be facing downwards and it's kind of in a line, but it's kind of not. But I see that negative shape. Okay. So everybody understand how to draw that scatter plot. It's either going positive or it's going negative. If it's closer to 1 or negative 1, it's going to be closer to that line. It's going to create a straight line. Does everybody understand? That's all you're doing for the first question. Let's say we have negative 0.4 as an R value. Is that going to be going up or down? Down. And it's going to be kind of close to a line, right? Kind of. So that's what my scatter plot would look like. I'll make those dots a little bigger. Yeah. You can't mess this one up. The only thing that you can mess up on this is if you don't draw anything. It has to be going up or it goes down or it's all over the place because it's R equals 0. Yes. Okay. All right. Try to draw a scatter plot for the value. Let's do 0.7. R equals 0.7. On your paper, draw a scatter plot for R equals 0.7. Okay, so R equals 0.7. We notice that it's going to be positive, so it's going to be going up. And it's going to be kind of close to a straight line, right? So it's going to look kind of like that, right? Going in a straight line. The points are a little scattered, but not really. Does everybody understand? Okay. Okay, the next question. So question number 2 on your mastery check is going to ask which one has the strongest correlation. Can't spell. Correlation coefficient. Okay, this is asking for the R value. Correlation coefficient is the R value. Looking at what's up here, these numbers. What has the strongest one? Which one is closer to 1 or negative 1? These numbers up at the top. Which one is closest to 1 or negative 1? 0.99. Okay, so this is going to be my strongest. Is that what you're going to say? All right, what's the next strongest one? 0.87. What's the next one? Negative 0.85. It's either closest to -1 or 1. So ignore the negative and positive. Which one is closer to the value of 1? Does that make sense? Okay. So this would be the third strongest. What's the next one? 0.4. What's the next one? 0. Okay. 0.33. 0 would be our last one. 0 is the weakest. That's no correlation. Are there any questions over this? Can you draw a scatter plot? And then can you tell me which one has the strongest correlation coefficient? Okay, that is your mastery check. Can we just go ahead and knock it out?
Wait, no.
I said no. Go ahead. Drawing the scatter plot.
Wait,
It's 2 questions.
Oh.
Okay, so let's talk about the scatter plot really quick, because I know that's a little weird. Okay, we have number 11. What we're going to do is we're going to hit this plus sign. We're going to hit table. And we're going to type these numbers in. So go ahead and take a moment, fill in this table, and make it look like mine. Yes, that's my graphic calculator. All right, take a moment. You're going to type Y1, hit shift, hit the button that's above tab to make this little pillow sign, MX1 plus V. This is the part that you have to memorize. I can't tell you this. You have to know it. I don't know. Okay. Once you have this information pops up. Okay. And so that means that the equation is going to be y equals 6.80, let's round it to 9, x plus 63.93. Okay, so let's round to 2 decimal places on these. Now, what is the correlation coefficient from this? Well, it tells me that my R value is 0.989. The correlation coefficient is 0.989. Everybody see where I got that from? Now, we're going to predict what the outcome is if we have 6 hours. What would be our test grade? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our equation that we just wrote, and we're going to plug in 6 hours for x. Okay, so we're going to say 6.09 times 6 hours plus 63.93, which is going to be 100.47. $100.47. Does everybody see how I got that? This is what you're doing for your mastery check. All you're doing is writing the equation, telling me what the R value is, which is given right here, and then plugging in whatever value they give you. Can you try the next one? I would highly suggest when you do this, you exit out of all of these things and then redo it all. So table, and then you're going to type it all out. If you don't, then what ends up happening is it creates like a Y2 instead, and then it changes up your equation. Okay, and when you type this in, you're gonna get something like this. Cool. Now we're gonna type the equation. So Y1 little tilde symbol, mx1 plus b. So our equation is going to be y equals 0.16, or you could say 0.156, that's fine, x minus 0.299. So down here at the bottom, it's got our m and our b. And we know that y equals mx plus b is our formula for our linear line. You're going to plug in m and plug in b. Yes. Yeah, that's okay. Can y'all bring me your laptops or laptop, one of you? Okay. The next part would be that you're going to plug in 1050 into that equation. So take a moment, try that. So now we're going to plug in that 10.5. And when we do that, that's going to give us 0.16, 10.5 plus negative 0.299. And that gives me 1.381. So 1.381. What is my R value? What's my correlation coefficient for this guy? What is my correlation coefficient for this one? 0.991. Okay. So correlation coefficient is found right here. Okay. Questions? This is your mastery check. This is what you're doing. Yes. Yes. Why wouldn't we go over it right now?